Welcome everybody! Today we are here together to enjoy one of the latest matches that we are going to be having for this tournament for this year. Of course, we are talking about what you know already on title, 51st PVO against 51st PVO and 100 KIAP. I always forget my names, as you all know, guys. Against TMC, aka the Meme Lords. So of course, these two guys, you do know already that they faced each other not so long ago, but this time they are going to meet once again face to face in the battle for the third place of the tournament. Therefore, guys, teams are already joining the server. Sorry for the lateness, by the way. We had a bit of but to be more exact, I had a bit of mishap with the servers and such, but still everything sorted out, ready to roll. Therefore, without any further ado, let's go with the dice roll. Of course, you already know how this works, so not much to say. Of course, as per usual, a bit better there. As per usual, no, sorry, differently, of course, as last week, I should say, sorry, and different to usual, we are only rolling for 2 maps with 6 weathers. Therefore, we are going to be rolling a 6 dice roll, and of course, we use this to select which will be the map for today's match. Of course, a dice roll in 3, 2, 1, go. It's number 5. Adana against Sunliurfa. I don't even recall my names. In Morning Overcast. Therefore, I'm going to be informing the teams. Give me a sec. I'm going to be changing the mission. It's going to be Adana against Sunliurfa Morning Overcast. Therefore, we are going to be seeing a lot of clouds overall, and you're going to be quite amazing. Because I mean, realistically, I'm sorry for not looking. Let me change this over here. Now I can talk to you while I'm doing things. Perfect. Of course, having an overcast situation means that we are going to be having lots of clouds, and that helps a ton for the Su-33s and Su-27s with the long-range AT missiles. Therefore, this situation is going to be It's going to be a bit complicated for TMC, that will have to battle without having that much of a view area compared to the other team, and therefore it's going to be interesting to see how they do resolve the situation. So of course, let me load the mission. There it is. Okay. Dice Rodo, bienvenido por aquí, caballero. Hoy tenemos sesión de competitivo. Not for all my Spanish viewers, today we have a competitive mission. Speaking gosh. A competitive tournament today. We are going to be facing the third place. The battle for the third place. So of course, teams are getting ready as mentioned. Things on my side should be ready. Just double checking. This is ready and working. You will not believe how much preparation needs to be done in order to have anything sorted out for this kind of tournaments. And of course, this could not be happening if this could not happen without the help of the organizers, who are the 51st PVO, who are going to be facing today against TMC. More than anyone, I've been working together very closely with freaking gosh, me and my names, with Rich and Technician. Maverick 44253, welcome aboard, my friend. Just arriving at the nick of time as we are getting things ready to start this fight. But of course, Evil, I know you are over there, so please do your magic, use your magic wand and call a prediction, because guys, first and foremost, we need to know who you think will win in round 1. So please, Evil, call a prediction for the guys on chat, so we can see what are your thoughts. Will it be 51st PVO who will take a hold of the round 1, or will it be TMC, the Meme Lords, who will be bringing home the victory in round 1? So I want to know your bets on that, gents. Of course, I'm going to be out for a sec while I get things sorted out on my side. Therefore, guys, stay tuned, and we'll be going back in just 2 more minutes while I get the camera ready for the teams. See you in a sec. And of course, guys, while we are on it, do remember you can use your channel points to vote on who is going to be the victor in this round 1. You do have the option for that. And of course, as mentioned, we are just getting ready. Cameras are getting ready. Teams are joining the fight. And therefore, we will be starting in just a few moments. And of course, by the way, oops, this should not be here. That should not be there, for sure. And of course, as... Sorry, where are my notes? I forgot my notes. Come on. Because while we wait for these guys to connect, once again, I'm going to be mentioning who we have for today's fight. Right now, we are having on camera the member from TMC. TMC rocking this Ukrainian... what's going on with me today? Speaking gosh. It's rocking this Ukrainian skin that they've been rolling for the tournament since the start of the war on Ukraine. And of course, these guys, a squadron that is mainly from UK and US, but they also have members from Chile, Sweden, Norway, Denmark, South Africa, Switzerland, and Australia. So they have guys from all over the freaking place. This team was formed at the end of the Diamond League on SATAC 2020, in March of 2020-ish, after both Tail and Kingston had departed from their previous squadrons. These two guys have been in SATAC teams the majority, and before of course, and the majority of Kingston's experience comes from ETF from last season Diamond League, and Tail has gained his experience from SATAC in the number 15 battle axis. Together they have been a major squadron learning the basics of air combat together with the majority of members in the squadron. Of course, these guys, they do love the scene of competitive DCS. And of course, what they love more about it is that working in a group together and through effort win against major players DCS competitive scene. Of course, these guys did have a fight against 51st PVO before, and they did lose, but still they have arrived to the semifinals, both bronze place. I don't know how to say it correctly, but still, the battle for the third place. Breeze, Riker, Maverick, welcome on board, my friends. Of course, these guys are not the only one. As mentioned, these guys are still joining. We do have already from TMC on server, Barner with the 16, Kingston with the SU-33 on camera, Tail rocking the J11A, Cypher with the 16, and of course doing the mercenary work, they do have Press with the 16, and I know they are going to be having MRAC, who I saw before, connected in server. But of course that means that we are going to be seeing 4 guys from TNC, 2 guys from Alamo playing today's match, which is going to be interesting for sure to see how they are going to be working together, where they have, because so far never seen them playing together. Therefore this is going to be an interesting thing to watch and see how they are going to be managing the situation for sure. And of course, other things that my computer seems to be a bit... I know, so okay. Of course, now let us go and talk a bit about our good friends from... Do you have sound, by the way? Yeah, I do have sound. Sorry, I was panicking a bit. So, of course, we do also have on the left side, we do have right now the guys over 51st PVO plus 100 KIAP. These guys are the organizers of this tournament, SATAC 2021, and of course they have a sheer amount of experience. These guys have are the main Russian squadron, the main Russian flying squadron in DCS, composed of 2 teams, 51st PVO, which is a bunch of dedicated Red Force squadron pilots that started in 2007, and in honor of in honor of a real Soviet historical squadron that flew the memorable Su-27 and MiG-29 fighters out of Krim's Air Force Base, and is one of the oldest DCS teams with a decade old of experience on their shoulders. And of course, the 100 KIAP Black Marlins that are they do fly the Su-33. They base that on the Admiral Kuznetsov aircraft carrier. And of course, these guys did join in 2019 the 51st, therefore merging together, and now we are going to be having enjoying this situation where we are going to be seeing in both sides, as you can see, we're going to be seeing not only one but a few more SU based aircraft. Of course, let me go and present you guys the guys over something a bit weird for me though. Oh, I know why. Wait, give me a sec. I'm going to check one thing. No, it should be sounding for you too. Huh. No, I don't know. I'll check later on. But still, let us go and check who we have from the other side, from the 51st and 100 KIAP. We have rocking the SU-27, Rich and Jack, and rocking the SU-33. We have Rusty, Coxy, Breakshot, and Black Pixel. As mentioned before, we have just Embrac 2 with the being a mercenary for Alamo. Therefore, we are going to be seeing for the side, as mentioned, 4 guys from TMC, 2 guys from Alamo, and 51st are going to be coming full blown into this fight. And of course, these guys, they are not rocking any skin. I do think I had one of the skins before. Am I missing it? As you can see, guys, I came a bit rushed today, so therefore I'm having a bit of problem getting everything sorted out. But still, 51st are starting to roll out, so start the engine, sorry. And we are seeing right now, from the TMC side, they are starting now to roll out. Of course, guys, you do have a guess on a prediction on chat to guess who's going to be winning round 1. Oh, sorry, by the way, I just noticed that the scoreboard was not correct. Oh, freaking gosh. I'm running too late, I'm afraid, today. And I'm paying the price for everything. Still, luckily, I still had on me the Alamo Squadron skins that we are going to be seeing also being rocked by their members. And therefore, seeing that we are going to be seeing a fight today, quite interesting. As mentioned before, this is a recap of the first fight, not a recap, sorry, but a redo of the first fight that this guy had before the bracket stage, where we had 51st winning against TMC, the meme lord. But of course, we also have to know what are your guesses, guys. Do you think that the meme lords will win the meme wars once again? In TAC 21, they did win overall, that we know, but we've seen them in this tournament being a bit more laid back, and I'm curious to know if you think that they are going to be bringing up the guns, the meme guns, and surprising us with a victory countdown in the meme wars. And of course, let us go and check the skins for the guys over TMC, because they have quite a lovely bunch of skins that they're doing. Of course, these skins were done, as mentioned, they were premiere in the fight between them and 51st last time. Still, let me sort that out. Okay. TMC rocking the Ukrainian colors, as mentioned. Sorry, my camera work today is not great. What's going on with me? We stand with Ukraine, we stand with freedom. So that's their motto for these kind of fights. And of course, they are rocking not only the SU-33, but the J11 that I think I'm missing the skin. Oh, I have to check it out later on, I'm afraid to say. But we also are rocking the 16s that are working exactly with the same motto, same livery, same colors for both the 16s from TMC that are getting ready as we speak, waiting for the 2 members from Alamo Squadron to join up the fight. And of course, luckily I still had Alamo skins loaded and loaded and ready for the fight. We are going to be seeing right now the 51st PBO starting to roll out. Airplanes are rolling, of course. Let me try to get comms turned up, because they allowed us to get the to get communications from them. Therefore, we will be able to enjoy what are going to be their communications during the fight. Of course, we will be checking once again the aircrafts and the loadouts once they have them, once they are airborne. So me a sec. This is there, this is there, this is there. Radio overlay. Okay, it was frequency. Let me double check. Where was the frequency? Where did I have the frequency? Freaking gosh. Well, you should be watching. You should be enjoying seeing the elevator struggling with every little detail. That's something new. Okay, there I have my frequency. There you go. Okay, so now we have also these SRS comms for the guys over 51st, and we are going to be waiting for them to line up and confirm once they are ready to take off. Give me a sec. Yes, there seems to be a bit of problem with the server somehow. Okay. I can't. Okay, it seems that there is a bit of problem with the server. We are being informed. Therefore, we are going to be changing server. So, guys, sorry for the delay though. So servers are going to be changed because they seem to be having a bit of problem. Still, no idea what. I don't have any problem. They seem to be having a bit of lag issues and FPS issues. Therefore, servers are going to be changed. So sorry for the delay, guys. We are going to be starting once again. Sales should not be happening as far as I do have control over their server that people are flying today, but still that they should not be having a problem. Nevertheless, checking once again. In a sec. We'll be using 14. Okay, server getting ready. So give us a sec, by the way. So of course, guys. Also, I do have in chat Breeze and Riker from ETF who will be facing tomorrow the finals against Chinese Festival. These guys have been fighting long and hard for sure. And of course, these guys will be facing one of the best Chinese, one of the best, if not the best Chinese team for DCS. And tomorrow is going to be a very interesting fight. So let me check the timing, because I do think. Let me check one little detail. Reach, here comes Reach. Where do I have you? Reach. Here. Where do I have this? Here. Okay. So tomorrow is going to be. Oh yeah, well, I'm struggling today. What's going on? Tomorrow at 19 Zulu, which is 15 GMT plus 0, is going to be the fight between ETF and Chinese Festival. It's going to be covered by Brackshot, so be sure to turn in, because today, as you see, 54 will be partaking and deciding if they're going to be achieving third place or not. And tomorrow they'll be doing the host for the fight for sure. Give me a sec to sort things out on my side. This will be going here. Last moment problem, gents. Okay, just waiting for servers to connect. SATAC. Just waiting for them. Server 1, okay, that's confirmed. And confirm. Okay, we are going to be joining the server because it's already been confirmed which server we are going to be using for today's fight. Therefore, let me double check that I have everything sorted out. Okay. This is not correct. I have to change this one. Where you are? Reach. I'm looking for you, my friend. Here you are. You can see many things can go south in this kind of tournaments because many things have to be prepared. Servers, SRS, communications, skins, the casting. Many things have to go prepared. Of course, sometimes things will happen, but still, things have been sorted out, and we are going to be starting out in just a few seconds. And I am trying to wake up. Still, I did have my coffee, by the way, before the match, but seems that this is not enough. I think I need an extra coffee myself. Okay, that's there, that's there, that's there. Okay, and that's there. Okay. So, wait. This is there. Okay, I'm missing something. I'm not missing something. What I'm missing right now. This is here. This is going to be here. Okay, you should be. You now have the comms for SRS. Oh, you don't have them. Sorry, but I'm hearing them right now. So of course we are going to be having the comms on 51st as mentioned. So guys, give me just a few moments and we are going to be going once again live, okay? This time things should be faster, so it should be less time consumed in problems and setting them. So guys, let us go with the guys on camera. We do have already 51st loaded up and ready to roll, because comms are live for them and we'll be able to enjoy what their comms for the fight. They have so gracefully allowed us to tap into the communication for the fight for today. Because in case you didn't know, the Flaming Cliffs module, the modules which are not clickable, you need first to load your loadout and then to store the engines. That means that you are going to be seeing the aircrafts not starting the engines until they are fully rearmed and fully confirmed that things are looking good and dandy for them. Of course, this time should be way easier and we should be starting way faster. Okay, so things are ready from my side, skins are being loaded, and guys should be rolling up in just a few moments. So of course we also have the beautiful livery that I haven't showcased that much for today from Alamo. Alamo has been a very good team. This tournament, they've ended in a very good place. They did enter. My mind is playing games for me today. Freaking gosh! If I recall correctly, they did not enter the bracket stage, but still they have been doing a heck of a good tournament. These guys, I do remember seeing them flying in TAC 21-1, which was my first experience with the competitive environment, and there I flew my first competitive match with them, being a mercenary. And I can say for sure that these guys have improved leaps and bounds until to this moment. Of course, guys, you guys on chat, I know that most of you know who these guys are. Of course, do have the experience on enjoying seeing them fighting. But it's interesting for me seeing both Alamo and TMC flying together. I've never seen them flying together, and I'm very curious to see how it's going to be played out for them. If this merge for today's fight is going to be something that will allow TMC to win against the match organizer 51st, or will it be something that will not make such a difference? It's going to be quite interesting to watch for sure. And now we are having a sec. Now we have top camera, we have the 51st starting to roll out their engines. On the bottom camera we do have Alamo and TMC starting to get ready to roll up. As mentioned, guys, we are rolling a bit late today, but still it should be a very amazing fight. I... Okay. Okay. Now I also have one more thing to add to the on top of everything. What the hell is going on? Oh my freaking gosh! Everything is in shambles. My my mouse is losing pieces, and now I'm losing one key of the mouse. Oh my god! Still 1JB. Welcome aboard, my friend. You are just arriving at the nick of time, and we are going to be having the both teams rolling up and getting ready to start round 1 of this fight between 51st PBO, 100 KIAP, and TMC and Alamo. This is going to be the fight for the 3rd place of this tournament, and of course that's going to be the place who is going to be receiving some prizes. There are prizes, by the way, in this tournament. I do not recall them entirely, but I can assure that they were. I know that there were a few modules to give away between the guys on the same team, and of course, not only that, but I do recall that Lotte TC was going to be given also the advanced license, if I recall correctly. Well, Beanbag is saying that Alamo fly for glory, TMC fly for the memes. That I think we all know, and we all can say for sure that that's totally true. Oh, wait, not that one. Not that one. Come on, keyboard. Do your thing. Press keys. Okay, working. Sopamen, bienvenido por aquí, caballero. Ayer lo tenté por estos lares. Estamos ahora mismo ya liados con preparando el partido del SATAC 2021 entre 51 PVO y TMC. Y por supuesto tenemos también a los chicos de Alamo apoyando a los chicos de TMC. Hoy es en inglés, por si acaso, para que lo sepáis. Therefore, you will have to bear with me talking English all freaking night, all afternoon long. Just for you to know and remember. But yeah, as well, of course, we all know that TMC is all about the memes. And I'm surprised that you, Ninja, are not fine today, though. Are you out of home today? Going to see your boys batting for, not for glory, but for the memes that you will mention for today's fight? It's a pity to not have you on board today, by the way. But still, let's see if your guys can make it happen and can come on top of this situation where they have to fight a team that previously they were victorious against them, and therefore this is going to be quite interesting. Will it be TMC that will come back and win the situation with the help of Alamo? Or no different will be happening whatsoever compared to the previous fight, where a 51st did win against TMC. Because guys, you do have your predictions, guys. I do hope that you have voted already, and if not, well, you'll have to fight. You have to wait until we get into round 2 to give your opinion and your bets on who's going to be winning round 2.
Liza and Marlon line up in the rears. Liza.
That's 51st confirming that they are lining up. And of course, we also have TMC and Alamo getting ready on runway. So it should be just a few more minutes until we get up in the air for this round. Guys, as mentioned, sorry for the delays. We've been having a bit of technical problems. Me, myself, running late today. And technical problem with the servers, but still, things are sorted out and things should be rolling now, as we can see. Okay, so we are going to be seeing them rolling up in a sec. I'm very curious to see how this is going to be rolling up, really. Because, of course, I am good friends with TMC, I have good friends with them, but I know that they have, as a team, they have less experience compared to 51st, because they've been having less time together compared to a team with 10 years old. But still, they've been working very hard, improving bit by bit, and I've seen them performing since they were in a very low level, worse than we had at this W at the time when we were training together, up to the point where they are forced to reckon. So these guys, do not worry. TMC do know how to fight, and they know what they are doing for sure, even if they don't have 10 years of experience as a team. And of course, we have Alamo joining them, Press being the team representative of Alamo, and of course, Just Embrak, who we had as a co-host last time. And of course, we do know that this guy is capable of doing a 6-0. I mean, this guy, Just Embrak, he's going to be going nuts when I say Embrak, or Marak. You know, his name is Marak. It's like saying Marak, but without the A in the middle, which for me is a bit complicated, but still. Well, Krainberg, yes, last week I did things wrongly. It was quarterfinals last week. I'm sorry. Still, my guys on my Discord say that I'm a bot, therefore I should not be capable of committing any mistake whatsoever. But as you can see, guys, sometimes I need to update my firmware and software so things do not happen. Because mistakes are happening that should not be happening, because I need a firmware and software update to be catching up with all the latest moment and results. But still, okay, 51st are calling ready. TMC should be ready in just a few more moments. And therefore we will be going with round 1 just a few moments more. I'm curious to see, really, TMC, I know they've been working hard. And I want them to see, I want to see them bringing home victory in round 1. By the way, they are both ready. Countdown is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Round 1 of this fight between 51st and TMC is live yet.
Repeat heading.
After the takeoff, take 295.
Copy that. Marlin flight on guard, taking off runway 22.
So we are hearing, as you can see, guys, the guys are 51st and 100 KIAP, and the ATC, you got to remember that this fight, these latest 2 fights, plus the quarterfinals that we had last weekend, all of them are having a human person using LOTTC, which is one of the sponsors of this tournament, managing the teams on the side to be sure that everything comes down without any kind of problem. And of course, remember, guys, that also TACView is one other of the sponsors for this tournament, together with Headler, Rathband, Magnitude 3, and Eagle Dynamics. Therefore, we are having all the guys involved in this tournament, which is something amazing to see for sure. Yes, Cronenberg, this is the battle for the 3rd place. So maybe I should change the name. Sorry, I don't know how to say in English the battle for the 3rd place in a cool manner, as in tournament manner. So maybe that's where the confusion was, by the way. Still, now we have the teams up and running in the air. 51st are joining information, and while we get that sorted out, let us go and check the formation for the TMC plus Alamo, so we can get to once again present them and showcase which are the guys that we are going to be having today in this fight. So, leading the formation for the TMC team, we have Press rocking the jammer, and one other thing that most of you are not used to see at all is that in this tournament, teams are allowed to use the ECM pod, and against the F-Fox 1 missiles carried by the S-233, that's quite a hefty addition, and it will be for sure help them to overcome the difference that may happen regarding sorry, that they will help them to hold out the push that the 51st team does usually at the start of the fight, because these guys usually just go blazing miss downrange from the get-go, and that's something that's going to be very interesting. So yeah, we have on camera, as mentioned, Press rocking the ECM pod. Also, we have just Marak, just Embrak. Okay, I think we should be playing how to pronounce incorrectly Marak name all freaking day long, because I know he's going to be going like, the narrator, I hate you for that. Still, also from TMC in the back right area, we are running well with Sulfur, rocking the full loadout of fuel tanks to ensure that no... sorry, of course, as 1GB is mentioned, I need a bit of a great adaptation. Oh my freaking gosh. Salted, thank you for reminding me that I should drink something. Still, we are rocking with Sulfur in 16, full assessment of ECM pod and fuel tanks. Also, now on his back, you know, riding with Barner, which is carrying the ECM pod. So far, 3 out of 6 airplanes are rocking the ECM pod for TMC. But of course, remember that we also have from the left flank for TMC, we have Kingston rocking the SU-33, which also have ECM pods. And for the last member from TMC, we have Tail rocking the J11, also rocking the ECM pod. No ECM pod for him. I think that's not any ECM pod, and correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. So yes, we are on round 1 of this fight. Therefore, we are going to be just came on the best moments possible to really enjoy this fight. TMC, as you can see, they are just going for the left, and we are going now to be checking the formation from 51st. 51st do usually go for what we are going to be seeing right now in camera. Give me a sec to get the cameras ready. Oops, not the one.
Stalin, this is Martin. Recommend sorting Bison on that lead group. We'll swing around, maintaining 290.
Copy that. All flights be advised. Pictures as follows. They are all in wall formation. 3 by 1.
So they are informing what's going on here.
Bearing 250 for 190, Angels 10.
Well, that's why you have a GCI, okay?
250 Bison.
So of course, for the formation from 51st, I'm ahead of KIAP. We are working right now with the Breakshot leading information. To his right, we have Frosty, and to the left, we have Coxy and Black Pixel. Of course, these all guys are carrying the standard loadout for them. All the missiles of the world, not all, sorry, they are not loading every missile. They are having the inner ones are not being loaded. That's interesting. I do know that the SU-33 performs differently depending on which missile you do carry, and that's for sure an interesting thing to watch. Also, when we are not so used to see this aircraft being used all together in tournaments, except these kind of situations where Fox 1 missiles have a bit of an opportunity, and of course, Fox 3 missiles are being limited. Of course, that's not all for this team. We also have on the other side, we have the 2 SU-27s, which are Jack and Rich, just trailing a bit more to the left. So it seems to me that these guys are going for a different approach. Of course, as mentioned, we are rolling with the counts from 51st, therefore we are going to be hearing the DCI for 51st all this time. So you can see that usually what 51st do, and works for them very well, that they do climb and go fast. You can see that they are Angels 33, Angels 35, Mach 1.4. Therefore, these guys are burning through fuel just to get the fastest energy possible. For this kind of aircraft, where the energy management for the first part of the fight is crucial, it is paramount that those first missiles do break the enemy formation if they want to get close and personal. It is not as simple as it looks because they are outranged by the 120 Charlie carried by the 16s, and of course they are equal to the J11 and the Su-33. The J11 have the Fox 3 long-range missile, but still it's not comparable to the 120s, and of course they have to come in way faster and way higher to make sure that those missiles do arrive on target, or at least put them on a defensive situation before they get inside the fight.
Bison Martin, sort left outpost strobes are working right group.
So you can see that they are just getting ready to separate the different sides.
100.
Okay, comes our flash sec, by the way, because I want to check a bit of the situation as we speak, okay? So you can see on camera we have the Su-27s on the left, Angels 41 Mach 1.5 going towards Alamo, the Alamo team plus Sulfur, and we can see their Su-33s that are just starting to divide themselves to form a wall over here. And let us check the side of Alamo and TMC, because these guys, as you can see, that separating two guys, the two J11 and Su-33, they are trailing towards the northern area of the map, a bit farther away from the center area. And I think we are going to be seeing a missile sent by Rich or Press in just a few moments from now. Aspen, welcome aboard, my friend. And yes, these guys from 51st do have a lot of formation flying when they are doing this part of the flight. They do love the formation flying, and that's something I heavily appreciate myself. So now on camera we are rolling with Press and just Marak, who are just starting to get ready as one missile is being sent downrange by Rich just to try to get them out of formation. You can see that just Marak, sorry, has to go out missile, so he's getting out of the way. One more missile sent by Breakshot towards TMC, Barner and Sulfur, which are just happily defending without any problem of the wall whatsoever. Those missiles are not designed to kill, and designed to make them go into a defensive positioning so 51st can get closer. Of course, that long-range missile by Coxie is doing exactly the same for Kingston and Tail, who we have on the other area, and so far they are not being alerted by the missile. So that missile is not tracking whatsoever at all. One more missile for Coxie towards Barner. Let me write this Barner on camera. Of course, he's just going for the notch. That missile will, with lot of possibility, will not connect. Of course, we can see right now that Barner is popping a bit of flares because he's scared that this missile is being sent together with an ET, which is a very scary missile because it's a long-range Fox 2. Therefore, that you don't get alerted. You can see ET missiles coming downrange by 51st with Kingston and Tail. First casualty of the fight. We have first casualty. TMC is down one less guy right now. So let me ride with this. Okay, Black Pixel is going to be facing Press here. Let me try to ride with Kingston. Kingston on camera, who is going defending vertically. Because we have a situation over the northern area where Kingston is trying to defend missiles. He did manage. Tails also trying to defend missiles. Jack, Breakshot and Rich are going to be pushing hard into that area, but since that the Alamo guys on the southern area are the ones who are struggling the most, let me try to ride with them. Now, so far they are managing to defend the missiles. Marak and Press are just trying to notch the missiles over here, just maneuvering to defend the missiles that are coming their way, but still that ET is not tracking. ER is still tracking, but still not to be any problem whatsoever, and will not hit. Still, we can see still in the northern area, we still have Kingston and Tail facing Jack. Jack is in a very tight position. Jack might get killed. Camera change towards him. Rolling with Jack on camera. He's defending the missile.
Jack, track bandits bearing 300. Just drag them.
Marlin 2 needs baggy dog.
Coxie, step heading 355 for the Angels 6.
Okay, Marak has managed to defend one missile coming his way, but still a Fox 2 coming his way is out of energy. Frosty has also managed to defend that 120 coming his way very closely. We are missing out of guys from 100 KIAP, by the way, 51st. So we have a 3-on-5 situation, by the way. Right now, things are looking good for 51st. Now we are going to be riding with Black Pixel on camera, as he's going to be facing Kingston.
Frosty, you are about to move.
Aspen, welcome on board, my friend. Happy to see you on board. Now we have changed the... okay, Frosty isn't a world of problem right now. Black Pixel against Tail on camera. Tail has sent an ET missile, a Fox 2 long range towards him. You can see right now that Pixel is defending vertically. He's looking, the camera is looking towards Tail, as they are going to be Fox 2 from Black Pixel towards Tail, and Tail is out of the equation. Okay, Marak is going to be defending that missile that is coming his way, but still, you can see that Brest is going to be facing Jack over this area. They haven't seen each other yet, therefore they'll have to be looking for each of them. Kingston on the north is going to be isolated entirely. Let me ride with Kingston on camera. Kingston on camera, he's just trying to outrun the missiles. So things were looking good for TMC out from the start of the fight, but are starting to look worse and worse right now. Marak is sending a Fox 3 towards, okay, one Fox casualty for 51st. Now we have 1, 2, 3 guys from TMC plus Alamo towards against. Okay, we have. Wait. Okay, Kingston is out of the equation. We have Coxie and Black Pixel against Brest and Marak. Therefore, guys, we do have a 2-on-2 situation. This round is going way more intense than I thought, and that's something I love seeing, by the way. We are running on camera with Brest, as he's going to be targeting the 2 remaining elements from 51st. 51st. One of Coxie being Angel 23, which is way higher than the rest of the teams. Therefore, the missile might have a better chance arriving on target compared to Alamo ones. But still, we can see Black Pixel starting to build up energy, starting to build up a bit of altitude too, because they know. Oh, wait. Black Pixel going for the notch. Brest is going to be preparing for a launch right now. Wait, Brest is only down to Fox 2s. Oh freaking god, this is not looking good for them. Coxie coming in. Coxie has noted that he hasn't been launching any missile whatsoever, and he's launching one of his, an ET, that's a Fox 2 long range. Therefore, no radar warning signature will be sent toward Brest. No tracking whatsoever. So one of the most scary missiles from the 51st are missed for this location. Black Pixel going low, looking for Marak. They are almost close. They might get into a merge though. We are riding with Black Pixel, looking toward Marak. We can see that each of them is on the other side of the mountain. Emrak turning towards him. Okay, Emrak might have view on Black Pixel. No, they haven't seen each other. Yeah, they have seen each other, guys. Lights on. Lights on. Perfect. Black Pixel gaining the 6. Just Marak, I should say, using all the 9Gs of the world that with latest update we are going to be enjoying right now for this fight. And of course, that's not all. Brest is also going full blown. Brest against Coxie on right screen. Left screen, we have Emrak against Black Pixel. Okay. Alamo is one less member. Brest is down. Okay, let us ride with the situation over here. Alamo against Marak. And also let me get the camera on Emrak. Emrak is in a tight position right now, as we can see. He's just trying to evade all the shots sent downrange by Black Pixel. Coxie is coming, trying to help Black Pixel right now. Coxie is just 3 miles out. Coxie is coming in, getting ready to launch a missile on maybe guns. We are riding with Coxie, looking toward Marak. Coxie on camera, getting on the 6 on Marak, sorry. Marak. Rack trying to get them sorted out, going for a vertical pull. Hi-yo-yo, but of course, it's been punished by the high alpha maneuvering by Coxie. You guys, this is what SATAC is about. This is SATAC in a nutshell, and this is competitive DCS as its premise. You've seen this fight has been quite intense. You've seen that this fight has gone in favor for 51st from the start towards towards a situation where it was favored for 51st. Therefore, you can see that things can go south very fast, very easily. Give me a sec. No. Of course, we are going to be checking the tag view. What? No. Tag view, come by. Okay, there you go. So let us go check the tab view while I get confirmation if sorry, while we get to see confirmation if we are going to be seeing the team's landing or we are going to be skipping it out. So first, let us go where in a moment of time where things were still calm. I want to check what the hell happened. Oh freaking gosh, I need a bit more water. Okay. So, we saw that from the first moment, 51st decided to try to push hard into the enemy team. Give me a sec. Let's see, they have to say if they allow not land. Okay. Okay, seems that we are going to be going for the landing approach. So therefore, we are going to be analyzing this round. Did I say SATAC? Sorry, my freaking god. Name. You know that I struggle with my name, guys. You know that already. So bear with me in that matter. Still, I'm sorry. We are on SATAC. Totally different format to SATAC. So let us go check. I'm going to turn out the communication for SRS for now. Let us check what has gone on because we've missed a lot of kills. From the get-go, we saw that things went separated in two fights in the northern area and the southern area. In the northern area, we saw Rich, Brackshot, Coxie, and Jack against Kingston and Tail. Therefore, and on Sulfur, sorry, we have a 3-on-4 situation. Now we see here that Sulfur managed to defend that one closely. So we are going to be checking first the northern area and then we'll check the southern area, what the hell has gone on there, okay? So we can see here that this missile by Brackshot almost get Sulfur, but he'd come back closer and took the first kill of the fight. Of course, Jack also managed to defend that one, very close one. And this has become a 2-on-2 situation because Brackshot was also killed by Sulfur just before being killed by that 120. So, let me check here. So you can see here that Black Pixel put in Kingston defensive, but Tail was in a very good position to come hit by Black Pixel. Wow, that missile did not track correctly at all. That missile went for, not even for the sound. Sound is over there. So no tracking whatsoever. That would have killed him, Black Pixel, there out of there. And in fact, that made Tail die because his missile did not track whatsoever. That's a huge pity, by the way. Still, that means that in this situation, Kingston came alone against the world, and therefore... Wait, I'm missing someone else being killed here? No, that's Tail, sorry. Of course, we have right now Black Pixel pursuing Kingston, who was being supported by Coxie. And being killed by the ET. As we mentioned, ET missiles are very scary. These missiles do not send any radar warning. So for you guys at home who are not used to your missiles, if you get killed by the missile and no radar warning sounds, usually it's a Fox 2 missile. Just for you to know, okay? That's usually the way to go. Of course, that means that this northern area was won by Black Pixel and Coxie, and the southern areas where the 51st did struggle more, where Alamo team and Barnard and Sulfur were fighting against the rest of the team. You can see here long range missile fight by Rich. Low PK, as mentioned, is just posturing shots, making sure that they are being they are maneuvering as they want them to maneuver. And we can see here we have a 2-on-2 situations where we also have in the middle. You can see that Breakshot, we showed this before. Breakshot, Rich, and Coxie are pushing towards Sulfur, who got killed in that moment. And therefore, we can see now Rich, Coxie rotating to the south, trying to support Black Pixel and Frosty. Black Pixel came to the north, so these guys did a rotation in the middle of the fight. You can see that these guys know what they're doing. Switched sides, the southern part went to the north, northern went to the south. Therefore, helping the rest of the team to rebuild positioning and situation picture, so they were sure that the sticks were clean. Give me a sec, why it's not working? Wait. This is not working. Okay, there we go. So of course, when Rich was pursuing Marak, he's going to be hating this for sure. Press took him out of the equation, giving Marak a bit of a breath space. And of course, Jack came in, putting Emrak on defensive. But of course, Press outranged Frosty with that Fox 3. And that Fox 1, because remember guys, this is a Fox 1 missile. Even if it's just a 5 miles out, if there is no enemy, if no aircraft is guiding that one, it's not going to connect whatsoever. And now we have Mrak once again defending more missiles sent downrange by Jack. This time that was an ET. And you can see that Mrak did so. By the way, you can see here that Mrak was turning out hot. He did so the trail, but because this missile you can see the trail. Then he just put a bit of flares and chaff, goes a bit defensive, confirms that missile is not tracking, and gets back into Jack with a Fox 3, and he's been sandwiched by Press. So you can see that the work done by both members from Alamo, Press, and Mrak, they do have a very tight teamwork that this showcase is being shown here. Because that's been shown, that's just part of the experience that they've been building up from all the tournament they've been participating up to this moment. So not bad at all. And now we are for the best part of this all. A 2-on-2 situation where we had Press and Coxie, Press and Mrak against Black Pixel and Coxie. You can see that Coxie was having the high ground. Of course, he was way too close. If Press had a Fox 3 missile up to this moment, which he didn't have, we saw that he had only one Fox 2 in this moment, he would have taken out of the equation Coxie. Coxie was way too high to be able to defend any kind of Fox 3 up to 10 miles out. So Mrak, of course, came here with Black Pixel. You can see here a bit better to fight. Mrak did know that Black Pixel was over here. Of course, we do have a GCI informing the guys where the other guys are, and therefore they do help trying to find each other. You can see here that Black Pixel has a better turning radius in this moment because Mrak is just way too slow. You do know guys that the 16 do loves having 9G pulled, and it needs to go around 450 knots, and he's going way too slow to be up at that velocity where the 16 shines. And that's why Mrak there trying to get some angle against Black Pixel. Black Pixel has the advantage there and gets guns on him. But luckily for him, did not track. But let us check here before we check that area. Because here we can see that Press was trying to outrun Coxie, but of course the Su-33 and MiG-29s and such, they have a higher top speed up at this altitude. Therefore, you can see, they don't have a higher top speed, sorry. Because Press could have just pull out and keep on burning fuel and pushing towards Mrak, but I don't know how will that have resulted though. That's something I can say for sure. Still, now we see that Coxie got Press on target, and sadly, Name 9 from Press misses by just a few centimeters. No, not that sure, but still. misses Coxie and goes for the flares. Wow, I mean, if this missile had track, maybe this round would have been won by Mrak and Alamo team for TMC. So of course, this is a situation we had before, where Mrak was 1-on-1 against Black Pixel. As mentioned before, he's way too slow. He's trying to build airspeed, we can see here. Of course, the Su-33 cannot accelerate as fast as a 16 does. Mrak getting closer to the corner speed of the 16.9 Mach, and now he's able to maneuver the aircraft, pulling 9 Gs. But he did drop too much energy over that turn, and he did turn too close, and Coxie used this opportunity to get him out of the equation, bringing home the victory for 51st. But still, as mentioned, these guys do have to land, but they are very close by to land, by the way, to the latest part of the fight. So you can see that these guys are just... oh. Okay, I'm back, sorry. So Black Pixel is just 50 miles out, therefore we are going to be seeing them landing in a few more minutes. So while we wait for it, guys, because now there's not much to watch right now, so of course this is the opportunity. Guys, I hope that you have noted in your calendar tomorrow's fight. Tomorrow we have the finals of the SATAC. My freaking mind playing games for me today. SATAC 2021. And we are going to be having our good friends from ETF against Chinese Festival, TNF. The best team that we've seen for this tournament from China. And this is going to be a very interesting fight. Just for you to know, you haven't noticed that before. The Chinese teams, they haven't been participating in tournaments lately. Not SATAC or whatsoever. They've been disconnected from all the tournaments that were being played lately in DCS. Therefore, they've been out of the fight compared to the rest of the teams for a few years. And this has only been this tournament organized by 51st PVO and 100 KIAP that they've decided to come back to the tournaments scene, and they've managed to get a secure second place already. So you can see that these guys are a force to reckon, and I want to see how our good friends from ETF will cope with that. I mean, I do think, and this thing that we can start discussing while we wait for the guys to land, that ETF tomorrow will be bringing out the 617s, such as last time, but I am not 100% sure what Chinese Festival will be bringing, by the way. I am not sure if they will be bringing like what they brought before, like assessment of climbing cliff modules, plus 16, 18 and such. I don't know, and maybe you guys at home do know better than myself. If you know, please comment on chat so we'll get to learn a bit something new altogether. And of course, we are just seeing Black Pixel burning through energy, getting ready to land. And once he's down in ground and runway, we will be declaring the victory for 51st PV on this round 1. And of course, we will be starting the predictions for you guys at home of who you think will win the round 2 of this fight. If it's going to be 51st PVO plus 100 KIAP, or will it be TMC? So once he's down and under control, aircraft is still a bit too much energy. Of course, we also have one more aircraft from 51st up in the air, so that should not be a problem whatsoever. So by the way, just for you to know, the other aircraft is just chilling out on the clouds, just waiting for his teammate to get the aircraft down the runway and under control. But since that Black Pixel might overrun the runway, will he go too far away? No, still has a bit of leeway regarding landing on this airport, and therefore we are going to be declaring the victory for 51st PVO 100 KIAP in this round 1 of the fight between 51st and TMC. So guys at home, now, of course, we are going to be going for a brief pause while we wait for the server to be restarted and teams to join up once again the servers. Of course, guys at home, remember, get your beers and your popcorn ready, because if round 2 is going to be as intense as this round 1, we are going to be enjoying a long and intense fight this afternoon. So mark my word, guys. So guys, see you in a few more minutes. Stay tuned and see you in a moment. Welcome once again, guys. And of course, welcome on board for Jose Mari 974 and Nami Player. Welcome on board, guys. You are just arriving on the best moment because we are going to be starting just a few more seconds. Round 2 of this fight between 51st PBO 100 KIAP against TMC for the third place of this tournament in SATAC 2020. I was struggling with the names. SATAC 2021. Oh my freaking gosh. I don't know my numbers even in English. But still, you guys have a prediction on chat that should be around here. If you are on the computer, you can go and predict who you think is going to be winning round 2. And so far I've seen that all you guys think that it's going to be 51st. Come on, TMC, we've seen that they've come just this close to win round 1. So I do expect them to really come back into this round 2 and come hitting way harder. Remember that in this round 1, initially, or realistically, personally, I thought that the 51st were going to be pushing way harder from the get-go. Of course, they did push, but they were a bit like timid. They sent a bit of missile downrange from the start, but just to make the TMC team go defensive and try to make them crumble. But the situation came there, the situation, how things evolved there, is that realistically, TMC did not falter, managed to get a hold of the situation and push hard into 51st, and we saw that the situation evolving into a northern area and southern area fight. Sadly for TMC, they also have a center area with only one member against 3 enemy aircraft for 51st in this situation. And of course, that put the advantage 51st in the northern area. But in the southern area, we saw that Alamo, the 2 members from Alamo, the 2 mercenaries, came on top and almost managed to bring home victory for this round 1. So don't be so sure that this round 2 will be 55 will be victorious. I'm not so sure myself, and you should not be too. So guys, without any further ado, let's go with the guys as we are going to be seeing them rolling up and getting ready to start on runway. Oops, not the camera. So we see that the team elements, the elements from Alamo are starting all to roll up right now. Of course, from the left camera, we see right now that the 51st are still getting ready and sorting things out. I seem to have a problem that I don't know why myself. Maybe you know better than myself, guys. Where SRS, I cannot connect it to the guys over 51st if they are on the red team. So I think I have something wrongly set up on my SRS, but still this round we will not be able to enjoy the GCA calls that we have enjoyed in this round 1. But still, nevertheless, we should be able to manage to enjoy this fight. I mean, I don't know you guys, I know that you guys in chat, a few of you have participated in the tournament. Even some of you will be participating in tomorrow's fight between ETF and Tennis Festival. And of course, I am very curious to know if you have any experience whatsoever and what are your thoughts on these situations where you do have a human GCI managing the overall picture. Because remember guys, in this tournament, in this bracket stage, this last part of the tournament, there is no data link, no AWACS whatsoever. Only humans are allowed to give any information whatsoever for what's going on, what's happening. Oh, I think I sorted out what the hell is going on. Oh, okay, sorted. I just need to do this and this and this. Okay, now we have the comms check. The comms ready for the guys over 51st. 1 second. Perfect. Come on, computer, work. I know you want to work. What's going on? Why is it not working now? Come on, do something. It seems like my computer is lagging a bit. Sorry, give me a sec. Need to sort out a little issue over here. Okay, what the hell is going on? This is connected, but then why?
1-3-5x5.
Okay, now it's working. I wasn't able to change the camera angle, so I was struggling with that. I really need a new CPU. My poor i7 8700 is struggling to cope with the stream, the 2DCS, SRS, Spotify, TAC view. I even had the freaking Chrome open with I don't even know how many tabs. Way too much for so freaking little CPU compared to current standards. But still, let's go once again and check who's going to be flying for who. Wait, there you go. So for TMC, the lineup, and also remember that the aircraft cannot be changed. Therefore, same aircraft selection has to be used, but you can change the pilots. So we are going to be seeing, for TMC, we are going to be seeing Barner, Sulfur, Bress, Mrak, that's Mrak, with the 16s, and TMC, Tail and Kingston with the J11 and the S233, working them out. So we've seen that realistically, I was surprised that they haven't brought any other aircraft, you know, because Su-33 and J11 is an aircraft that is very good aircraft, but you do need a lot of experience to know how to use them. And I do know that TMC do loves the Su-33 and the 11. I've seen them training with them since 4 months ago, because when we did scrims against them before. So they've been working with that aircraft for a long time, and they know it very well. But still I'm surprised, because it's not a common aircraft to carry into this kind of tournaments. But of course that's not all. We also have from the other side, we have the guys over 51st and 100 KIAP rocking in. My friend, okay, Technician has joined the fight. Last round he did not join, by the way. So he's a newcomer for this fight for today. Technician, Rich rocking the 27s. On the 33 we have Frosty, Foxy, Breakshot and Black Pixel. And we can see, guys, both teams are going to be almost ready to join this fight. So it seems that we are going to be seeing a 1 member change for 51st, which is not something I do recall seeing them doing before. So 1 different pilot compared to last round is going to be partaking into this fight. Come on, computer, come back alive. Perfect. Good boy, my little computer. Okay, so we are just waiting for them to confirm ready. As they, of course, we do see that the Su-33 had the air brake out, but still he has remembered to get it on, get it off. Okay, so things should be rolling just a few moments, as we are just waiting for 2 more aircrafts from 51st to roll in. And guys, you guys on chat, if the bet is 13,220 channel points against 0. So guys, if you should be betting for TMC, because even if you win, you are going to be winning so freaking many channel points that you will be able to force me to do many things with the rest of the stream that we are going to be doing. Okay, teams are confirming ready. Therefore, going with the countdown with 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Round 2 of this fight between TMC and 51st PBO. It's a legend. Let's go and let us see who is going to be winning this round. Teams are rolling, and wheels are being taken out of the ground and put them where they do belong, inside of the aircraft.
Down and Bison rolling 2-4.
Last member from 51st rolling out, and we are just waiting for last member from TMC to start rolling out, and once it's up in the air, we'll have all the guys up and running. Of course, this time I'm going to be showcasing first the formation from 51st because it's a very beautiful formation to watch. These guys do love flying those formations, and it's something lovely to see for sure. So give me a sec while I get the cameras ready for them. So now on camera, we are rocking with Brackshot, leaving the 51st and 100 KIAP formation as he's waiting for the rest of the team to form up on them. Oh, but I think I should be doing the other way around. Let me do first TMC, sorry. Change my mind, I've changed my mind, I know. But still, just on the nick of time to enjoy Alamo team climbing through clouds and giving us this beautiful view of the overcast morning scenery that we have on Syria map for today's. Because we are flying on Syria map, as you have already guessed, and we are just rocking with Press leading the Alamo formation. And once again, he's rocking the ECM pod, and let me check what this rack is going to be bringing for this round too. Because of course loadouts can be changed up until where you do not get any more missiles than 443 missiles. Okay, this is different. Rack has decided to bring the ECM pod. That's different to compare to before. Therefore, I think that they are feeling comfortable with the decision of bringing those ECM pods. Of course, guys at home, maybe you do know better than me, but I thought that the burn range for the ECM was way shorter to really be a different whatsoever in this situation. Still, partner from TMC also carrying the ECM pod, being followed by Sulfur, the other 16, which will be rejoining with them in a few moments. This situation, he's not carrying the ECM pod, think that he's not up to his taste, and closing up the rest of the team for TMC. We have Tail rocking the J11, and of course no ECM. I don't know if that's ECM pods. Is that ECM pods on the wingtips? I think it is ECM pods. I'm not 100% sure though. But for sure I have a problem with my tablet. Okay, there you go. There you go. But for sure, I know that Kingston is carrying the ECM pods together with all the missiles of the world, except the ones over the engine mount, which is something interesting. Of course, the flight characteristics of this aircraft do change depending on what loadout you have and where you place it. So that's something that is taken into account for all the fights for 51st PBO, who we are going to be having on camera. Come on, where's my tablet struggling with this all?
Copy that.
Computer, come back alive. Thank you. Please, come back alive.
1 close bend bearing 070 for 240 entering the bubble.
Okay, there you go.
Mach 0.7.
There you go. Good boy. So of course, I have... Okay, scratch this. Give me a sec. I'm going to do a change. Because I'm having problems with... I'm having problems with the console I use for changing all the camera... I'll do all the camera work. Okay, give me a sec. That should be... Okay, now this is working. Okay, so now we are going to be riding with 51st PPO on 100 KIAP. We have, once again, Breakshot leading the formation. For Frosty to his left. In this situation, they are carrying... once again, they are not carrying the missiles closer to the engine mount. But to his left, we have Frosty. To his right, we have Black Pixel on the utmost right. And Coxie a bit closer by. And of course, as before, they are just going for 4 aircraft one side, and the other formation is being comprised of these 2 guys on camera, who are Rich and Technician. So of course, we see them right now going out, turning to the left, separating for the rest of the team. Of course, Rodo is asking on chat if the different airframe selection is a combat strategy, and yes, usually you do bring different aircraft that do excel in different areas of the fight, so you can have all those parts involved in the fight, and it's not as simple as it sounds to really manage. So of course there is not, really it's not one aircraft which is the best. There are aircraft that are better than others, for sure. But it's not up to the moment, up to a point where you will say, okay, I will not be able to bring a 19 and 16 to the fight. Yes, you can, but you need to understand what tactics works for that aircraft and what tactics do not work for that aircraft. And that's something that is very important to really understand. So it's the most important thing is to really understand your airframe. So we can see right now on camera that, as before, 51st and 100 KIAP are just building energy, going high, Mach 1.5, going full burner, as you can guys see at home. And of course, TMC is going for the crank. They are just making them. So it seems that the 27 flights from 51st are going to be advancing first into TMC lines, and the Su-33 formation is going to be advancing in second side. But still, now let's go check the... Okay, what the hell is going on with this?
It's a single ship in lead, and he has a trailer for 10.
Okay, I'm having a bit of problem with the man software, so guys, bear with me. Sorry for the inconvenience. So TMC seems to have decided to go with a different approach. This time, they are flying with the almost all the team together. You can see that they are flying just spread about 12 miles out to the left and right, which is very close by the way. Also, when you are having all the team here, front to rear, we have only a 20 mile separation. So I do think that in this case, DMC is looking towards a situation where they are going to be pushing hard, all of them at once, trying to overtake, to use the sheer number of aircraft, send towards Rich and Technician to overwhelm them, so that they can push hard, isolate these 2 guys, win the situation over, and then move towards the rest of the teams. That's my guess, but still, we see that already 2 members from the 51st have decided to separate themselves from the group. So Breakshot and Frosty are turning a bit more north to try to help Rich and Technician, so they don't get themselves overwhelmed. Also, we can see the last 2 members from the Su-33 flight, Black Pixel and Coxie, are also turning hot toward the enemy team. Therefore, I think that these guys are going to be going guns blazing from the get-go, all of them together. That's going to be interesting. I don't know exactly what's going to be happening. I mean, as mentioned, I thought that this situation was going to be like, okay, but first we have first missile, Fox 1. Fox 1 being sent down range by Rich. Also, Barner with a 120 answering that Fox 1. Of course, as per usual, they don't know what's going on the other side. Therefore, no information whatsoever is being exchanged. We are the ones who have all the information in the world to really enjoy this fight, but they don't have it. Still, Rich is just going for the crank. That Fox 1 seems to be not tracking really towards partner. So things seem to be looking good so far for them.
Starling, Marlin 2, range to right outmost.
Right outmost is 80, incoming for 75. Break shot, bandits bearing 050 for
Bison 2, range to closest bandit.
Bison 2, closest bandit bearing.
You can see that Fox 1 is not tracking at all. That 120 is going to be defended without any kind of problem whatsoever. Because that's a two long-range missile, I'm afraid to say. Breakshot is going to be preparing himself to do a launch over here. Breakshot is going vertically. Maybe he will just decide to go out cold without pushing up into the enemy team. But still, it is Coxie who has an ER. That's a Fox 1 missile to our Alamo side. And of course, we also have one more ER missile coming down range from Technician. And Breakshot also launching an ET. So this is the most scary missile, as mentioned, because you are going to be defending this missile, not this one. Therefore, you can say that this missile is going toward Press and Mrak. So we'll see if they get overconfident with the situation and do defend correctly or not. Still, we are going to be riding with Tail, as he's just on the northern area. Once again, we have two area combat here. So Tail is over this area, pushing towards Technician and Rich together with Barner, Zeffler and Kingston. So we have a 4-on-2 situation over the north. On the south we have Mrak and Press, both of them facing Coxie and Breakshot. And we still have out of the fight, we have Frosty and Black Pixel. So we can see that from Future First side, they are coming in with a very different approach compared to round 1. I do think that they are expecting to make this fight a bit more protracted and trying to make them, the TMC team, to waste these missiles so they can get closer and closer and closer afterwards. But of course we have Fox 1 missiles coming from Tail and Kingston to our teams to 51st. We are going to be riding with Breakshot is sending an ET. That's a Fox 2 long range missile. Breakshot Fox 2 towards Sulfur. You can see on camera as Breakshot is going to be defending right now.
Rich, bearing 1-3.
He's going to defend the 120. Of course, the situation on the south, you can see that this is very still. Press and Mrak have the advantage over Coxie, but Frosty is coming toward the southern area to help. Of course, Technician also is able to come back here and try to help. Still, things do not be happening right now.
You're passing me now.
Called 040 for
You can see what a mess of comms we do have right now because things are starting to happen. You can see all the boys are just cramped in this freaking 30 miles long from south into north and just 15 miles apart. So this is a very, very tight packed area for combat.
2 o'clock.
So right now things are just quite stale. You can see that in the northern area we have... Okay, we are missing one guy from TMC, by the way.
Big C.
We are missing one guy from TMC. That we've missed one casualty from TMC, I'm afraid to say. Frosty coming to the south. You're going to be riding with Frosty.
Look out for heaters.
130 for 30 inches.
Fox 2 long range from Frosty. He's going to be defending toward Press. Also Mrak is sending... Sorry, that missile went to Mrak. Mrak is going to be defending to that missile. If he notices it, okay, missile has been defeated and wanting to drive Frosty. Frosty still have a lot of leeway to defend that missile, so that should not be an problem whatsoever. Reach over the center area. You can see he's just defending that 120 send down range by Sulfur.
Bearing 105 for 40 Angels 6.
Rich is going to be able to defend that one. Is going to be able to outrun the missile. So far we can see the Tail, Kingston and Surfer are regrouping, but the rest of the team from 51st are committing to the south. So it seems that they decided to push hard into Press and Mrak. So therefore this might signify that these guys are going to be in a hell of a world of a pain. Unless Kingston, Tail and Sulfur come back south fast enough so they can support the other two guys. If not, Alam and Mrak and Press are in a world of pain right now and will be taken out of the equation in just a few more minutes if they don't get support fast enough.
Heading 040 for 30, Angel 6 hot.
Okay, they have decided to come into the back area of 51st and 100 KIAP. We can see that Black Pixel is going to be trying to make the TMC team on the north, trying to not commit hard into the southern area. So ET, that's a long range Fox 2 missile from Black Pixel towards... What the...
I see him, I'm dragging badges there.
Well, Tail also responding with his same missile. Tail is taking out of the equation. Tail's missile is not tracking. Rich is also coming to the northern area, so things are not looking good for TMC. Rich is going to be taken into the face at 120. Rich is taken out of the sky, but that 120 from Sulfur. Kingston is also trying to read. I'll be sure that he's taking out of the equation. Black Pixel committing to Sulfur. He's just going for the merge. Black Pixel takes Sulfur out of the equation. Now we have a 4-on-3 situation right now, we can see. Things are looking good for 51st. Things are not finished, guys. Kingston is isolated in the north. Brack and Press are going to be pressing into Frosty and Brackshot, trying to support the Kingston. And Kingston is just trying to get some breathing space, so he can come back into the fight. Press sending a 120 to Frosty. Frosty responding with an ER, that's a Fox 1, by the way, guys. Frosty defending vertically. Missile coming his way. And that might connect, by the way.
Break right, first out, there's another bandit on my 6.
Frosty is out of the equation. Now we have a 3 on 2. Kingston is not taking out the equation. Technician trying to look towards, trying to fly towards Press. Fox 2 from Technician to Press. Of course, Mrak is sending all the missiles of the world to Black Pixel. He wants to take down one more enemy, but still no missile has track. Brackshot.
Thank you, about to merge.
Brackshot sending a missile towards Mrak. Mrak has managed to defend that one. We have 2 fights being happening right now on camera. Press against Technician, but now Press has come back to help Mrak. Mrak is taking out the equation. Missile by Press towards Brackshot. Brackshot is taking out of the fight. Now Press is going to be fighting a 1-on-2 situation only if Technician allows it. Okay, and now Tech has managed to take down the last member of TMC.
On flight, scope is clear.
Well, as Aspen did mention, well, we did get to see a few merges. That's the last part of the fight, but still, we did manage to see a bit of them, which is something lovely that we all get to enjoy. So guys, of course, let's go now and go check
60 for 150.
how round 1 has gone on, shall we? While we wait for the confirmation they are going to be going RTB or not. RTB or not. So let's go back because we've missed one casualty from the get-go, and that's something I want to get to check what the hell has gone on. Okay, so first about the fight, as we saw, right, Rich and Technician a bit too far away from the north, but still they were not in a bomb in a... What the hell is going on with this 120? Having problems, my friend? Oh freaking gosh, the 120s in this game. Still, we can see that Technician and Rich having a bit of northern area positioning there, so they're having a lot of space. Should not be a problem right now, as we can see. Of course, Brackshot and Coxie are starting to push Alamo team in the south. You can see that they've managed to take a hold of Brack and Press, isolating them on the north, on the southern area, please. And remember, these two guys, have you seen that in round 1, they are very dangerous. So I'm a bit surprised that they have not decided to come back to really push into these two guys and decided to, okay, let's just hold these two guys on the south and then push into the northern area, trying to take down as many members as possible from TMC. Still, I'm missing someone over here. Okay, this is first casualty. Barner was taken out of the sky from this first missile in the first turn, I'm afraid to say, because he did not respect the range of the ERs and took an ER to the rear. That was the first casualty. By the way, guys, it has been confirmed that we are going to be skipping the landing pad. Therefore, round 2 is given for 51st PVO. So of course, for you guys over the I forgot how this called predictions. So your prediction that it was going to be the 51st was going to be to 1. Well, guys, you were right at home. That I can say. So of course, we are waiting for teams to restart the server, and while we are at it, let's keep on watching the tab view. It will disconnect, by the way, once the server restarted, so I'll go a bit faster. As mentioned, this northern area, first casualty over there. So now we have Sulfur, Kingston, and Tail facing Breakshot, Black Pixel, Technician. Rich is going to the south to support. Cox is moving north to support. So you can see that 51st do get into the fight and then move a few guys to the southern area, change position, so that these guys cannot reach with the 120s. So situation on the north, you can see that this was a bit complicated, but still, no problem whatsoever. We have a casualty over here. Coxie was taking out the equation this freaking fast. Oh, wait, that one I did not notice. So 40 miles out shot from Press to our Coxie, and that one did arrive? What the hell? That's new. That's new. Coxie is at Mach 1.4, but of course he's at just 44. That means that this missile is not draining any energy whatsoever. If you want to outrun a missile, it's better to go down as down as possible, because the higher the density of the air, the more energy you are going to be draining from the missile, and therefore more options you have to outrun the missile. So it's advisable to do so if possible, whenever possible, if you want to survive 120s. In fact, if you go down to the deck and fire and you get into a Fox 3 fight, usually you are sending missiles downrange around 8 miles, 7 miles, if you want them to arrive. And I mean arrive, not connecting, just arriving on target. You can see there the difference between 20 miles outreach, outgoing cold, and 8 miles going notching and going a bit of cold too, just on the deck. So that's why it's imperative that you know and understand the range of your missiles, so you don't get fucked up by that, as you can see, guys. So you can see after they took care of one of the members on the northern side, they decided, 51st decided, okay guys, let us go and switch sides once again, the entire team, to the southern area, because I do think that these guys felt a bit pressed by Alamo team, and therefore decided, okay guys, let us shift positioning, let's go to the southern area, and then the guys over here should be helping TMC over there. But so far, we can see that it was only Black Pixel who really responded here. So if TMC has managed to turn hot here a bit sooner, Black Pixel was going to be in a very tight spot and was not going to be able to really help the team there. As of course, okay, so session server has been restarted, therefore I've lost my I'm afraid to say I've lost my attack view, and therefore guys, we are going to be going for a brief pause while we have the guys on how at the fight today connecting and getting things ready. So once again guys, get ready out there, because we'll be back in just 2 minutes while we get the team sorted out and me myself getting the cameras ready for the next fight. So stay tuned and see you in a second. Welcome once again, guys. We are just arriving, possibly, not for sure, to the last part of the fight. And remember, guys, this all depends on 51st and of course the two mercenaries TMC from Soron Alamo, getting the turnaround, turning around. Oh freaking gosh, I don't know my English today. What the hell is going on for me today? I cannot even speak. What the hell? Still, it all depends on 51st. Yeah, my name. What the hell is going on with me today? Oh freaking gosh! From TMC and Alamo, turning around the situation and bringing a victory home. Of course, if they manage to do so, they still have to win 2 more fights in order to win and secure the 3rd place on this fight. If not, 51st, if they win this last round, they'll secure their 3rd place in this tournament. Therefore, guys, this is the utmost important fight, and this will decide how it's going to be all decided. Therefore, guys at home, be sure this is going to be a very intense one for sure, and everything will be played for sure. This is going to be the intense one. We've seen that in the first round, it was a very intense one, and we've seen that also these guys have managed to really pull it out, and of course TMC has given a lot of good work and into the fight, and still they are not done. Remember, the fight is still not over for anyone. Therefore, I am 100% sure we are going to be seeing. Yeah, do you hear me? Okay. My computer is chugging a bit while I'm getting cameras ready. So of course, you are going to be seeing quite intense fights. TMC have nothing to lose in this 3rd round, because this is all nothing. If they win, they keep on fighting. If not, they are done for the day, and they have to go back to training and prepare for the next tournament. So this is going to be it, guys. This is the do or die situation here for TMC and 51st. So let us go and enjoy this 3rd round. Oops, that's not right. We are. So we have already, the teams are starting to roll out. Therefore, round 3 will be starting shortly. I mean, of course, once they are rolling out, it's just a matter of them getting sorted out on runway, getting ready. And these guys have shown that they don't take that much time to get everything up and running for the fight. So guys, you set your guesses, you set your predictions of who is going to be winning round 3. I've seen that not all of you think that 51st will be winning. Therefore, I think you know that TMC plus Alamo as mercenaries do have an option to keep on working in this fight. And of course, remember that worst situation happens for TMC and they lose this fight, we are going to be checking with the teams if they are up for an interview afterwards. Usually both teams are available, therefore it should be able to happen, and you guys at home will be able to ask any questions to the teams partaking in today's fight regarding the fight or whatever you want to ask them. Many times it's been asked how they train, how things are worked out in communications. Of course, for today's fight, we are enjoying the SRS communication from 51st, who they have so gracefully allowed us to tap into. So of course, we do have a bit more of enjoyment there, but still, guys, remember, when we are in the interview, you will be able to ask them anything you want. And many times we've come to learn many little details. For example, last fight between 51st and ETF, I've got to learn something new. I didn't know that the ER signature for the 17 is one of the lowest, and therefore Fox 2 missiles from the Su-33s and 27s are crashed way easier compared to other aircrafts. Therefore, that means that's why you saw ETF bringing out all a freaking full array of 17s, which is not usually seen in any kind of competition whatsoever, because they knew that advantage, and those little details do help to really build up the probabilities of your team and you winning. And those kind of things you cannot learn unless you put out the work and time and effort to make it happen. And of course, having the opportunity to learn from these kind of guys, just here interviewing them and such, it's a nice opportunity that we all guys at home don't usually have. So if you want to please get your questions ready at your own home, and once we end this fight, we'll be interviewing them 100% sure. And of course, we have seen the teams rolling out, and of course, Saulasso Play, welcome aboard, my friend. Well, Davey, well, you can try and abuse that. I dare you to try. And of course, if it's, of course, we all know that we are just joking, having fun, of course. So try me, because I do trust that there's not going to be any problem whatsoever with you. So try me. I mean, one thing I want to ask the TMC guys is like, where are the meme wars? We are missing them. We want more meme wars for reals. We want more meme wars. We see that 51st are almost ready on runway, and therefore we should be seeing the teams calling ready in just a few more moments. '51st almost ready. Members from TMC is getting also ready on runway. And of course, guys at home, I want to really see, just between you and me, guys, I want to see TMC winning this round. More than anything, because they've come a long way. They've pushed so freaking heck of a good job up to this moment to really be able to achieve this position. Because remember, guys, this team was formed very recently. My computer is checking. Come on, computer, you can make it happen. Perfect. So of course, this team has been working very hard for the last year, getting sure that things look good for them, and I want them to feel rewarded for all the work that they put in through. They do deserve to have a victory against one of the best teams out there, which is 51st. And of course, it's not that simple to train against, to fight 51st. For once, their tactics, as you can see, these guys are very organized. They are very predictable in the sense of, you know, more or less what they are going to be doing up to the moment where they are close to the Fox 3 and Fox 1's area, so around 30 to 40 miles out. But up to that distance, they are very standard approach, and they do organize and such. But after that is where the 51st PVO 100 KIAP experience does show. That's where you saw in the first round 2, where they were able to get inside a sandwich of Alamo on the south and TMC in the northern area, and they used that to their advantage, rotating members from the southern to the northern area so they have a better option to survive and push hard into the enemy lines. Of course, we do have both teams almost ready to start, so we are just waiting for the last confirmation from both of them to start rolling. Oops, sorry, that should not be happening. There you go. TMC is calling ready. Yeah, that's as Dover says. Okay, TMC ready. Okay.
Marlon, on guard, request permission to take off runway 22.
Okay, it's 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Round 3 of this fight between 51st PVO and TMC is up and running, as we have all the aircraft on the up and running. Because my sound wasn't working. The developer says that TMC was formed just less than a year ago, which is amazing. I mean, these guys have been improving very fast. It's not common to see teams with only 1 year old being able to reach a 4th place or a 3rd place in a tournament. It's not so simple though. Of course, competitive DCS is not as competitive as other games where you have way more time, more teams and people invest into being sure that you are going to be winning tournaments, because the prizes here are just oh, wait. Oh my freaking gosh. We have 1 aircraft damage. Oh, that's not a great spot. That's not great. That is not great. That's a big problem for TMC, who are going to be running with 1 guy who at the best is going to be joining the fight way later compared to the rest of the team. So that's something not to look forward to for sure. They are going to be having a lot of problem with that. But still, while we are at it, let us go and check the TMC plus Alamo formation once again, while we get Team 51st to build out their formation so they can showcase the formation flying skills. But of course, they are not the only ones who do have a nice formation flying skills. We also have my computers checking. Come on, computer, you can make it happen. I trust you. I want to trust you. There you go, good boy. Ah, not that good boy. Come on, boy. Come on, make it. Do it. Yeah, good. Now we are talking. So now we have on camera. Sorry, we have Press leading the Alamo formation, being followed by Jasmine Rack. Of course, both of them are running with the ECM pod, the 2 fuel tanks, 4 shock trees, and the 2 heaters as before. So they have decided to run with exactly the same loadout this time as round 2. It seems that it has paid off for them in previous round. Of course, they are being overtaken right now by DMC leader Kingston, who we have on camera rocking the SU-33. This time rocking all the missiles of the world possible. Because I don't know my Russian missiles, therefore guys, if you are capable of telling me what is what, that's massively appreciated. Because I know you know better than myself, so feel free to teach me something. And of course, that's not all. We also have the 2 remaining elements from TMC, who are Selfer and Barner, going full Barner by the way. You can see both of them carrying the 3 fuel tanks, 4 43s and 2 heaters. And of course, Fulgrin, the F-16s are carrying the symmetrical loadout, as you can see, all of them. But let me check what has happened. The last other member, yep, I'm afraid to say the other aircraft is dead or disconnected. I cannot find him. The J11, I cannot find him, so I think he's died or something. I don't know myself, I'm afraid to say. But really, things will happen, it's normal. I mean, it's even the takeoff. Remember the guys that here, you do have you do have wind, and it's not as simple to take off. If you guys have tried to take off with turbulences and wind being blown by your side, then you'll know it's not as simple as it seems. Because now we are riding with the other team, which is 51st KIAP, having Frosty on camera leading the formation for SU-33 and Black Pixel at his wing. So now we are seeing a different approach compared to before. Now we see them going for the left, to the southern flank, and we are going to be checking the northern side, which is being managed by Breakshot and Coxie, who are carrying the other 2 the other two H-233s as before. These guys do not carry. You can see the two missiles closer to the engine itself. I do assume, and of course this is something you guys can ask afterwards during the interview, if that's something regarding aerodynamics, because as far as I do understand and know, is because of that way they can build up more energy and faster. At least that's up to my understanding. That's how it works. Of course, that's not all. We also have the last two members from 51st, which are Rich and Rufus. This time they have also switched once again position. Technician is not flying this round 3.
As needed. Don't get them too separated.
Copy. Looks like bandits are splitting up. It's a 2 ship going north and 4 ship going straight for bullseye.
Copy that.
So you can see I haven't said nothing because this is where you were hearing the DCI talking about what's coming there and what's going to be happening in TMC side.
Copy
You
that.
can see that of course they thought that they were the S-233 and J-11 were going north, but it's not the case. Of course, let us also check while we are at it. Sorry, give me a sec. Here. Here. So of course we are now checking the formation. TMC has decided to go with 1 member on the front, 2 members to the left and 2 members to the right following Kingston. These 2 aircraft, these 2 16s from TMC are going to be covering very heavily Kingston. So I think that Kingston is going to be going in and trying to get as many missiles as possible on him. You can see that from 51st, this is a very different approach compared to before. You can see that they decided to go with a very different approach compared to before. Break shot. You can see break shot and Coxie way out on the north, and Frosty and Black Pixel way out on the south, and Rufus and Rich are in the middle area. So I think they are trying to go with a pincer attack, you know? At least that's my guess. But of course this is quite different compared to before.
Maroon 3, take most left bandit bearing 285 for 170, Angels 9, hot.
Of course, they are just talking about TMC formation and how they are just getting ready for the fight. So this is the picture that they have. Of course, you can see that the picture is not so simple to have. And sometimes the GCI can do bad calls, and therefore going to be making the life more complicated for the rest of the team. And Hero says that I have to bring something. Well, thank you for reminding me, because I needed to bring something. My throat is aching for something so freaking much. Thank you for reminding me. Of course, you can see that this tactic by 51st, this is the first time I've seen it working. So I really don't know how it's going to be played out. If it's not going to be something that is really going to make them have a better advantage at the start of the fight or not. I mean, of course, they can make, ideally, and this is, I think this is just ideally, okay? This might help them to push the sides from TMC and Alamo, push them towards the middle, and have something comparable to what we had before, where 51st and 100 KIAP were in the middle, pushing hard towards the outside. I think this time they have decided to go the other way around, like them being on the outside and pushing toward the middle, so that way they can send more missiles to a closer space.
There is hot bandit bearing 250 for 100, Angels 9, hot.
Angels 9.
Angels 9? We don't have any Angels 9, by the way. I don't know who they are talking about though. 19, yes. So of course, things are going to be happening right now. These two guys, Breakshot and Coxie, are just getting ready to start firing missiles. Press and Marak.
Middle group failed from scope.
Okay, what's going on? Okay, there you go.
Marlin 1,
So we can see right now that Breakshot on camera is getting ready to face Press and Murak. Coxie is separating himself, pushing toward the middle. Kingston is alone, and he might get pincered by Black Pixel and Coxie. Okay, first missile out. Breakshot with the first missile of the round. Fox 1 into Press. Press and responding on a 120, that's going to be too far away. Breakshot still has a lot of airspeed and altitude to go down and be able to defend that missile. Still that 120, I don't think it's going to be tracking whatsoever. ER is not tracking, so that's going to be defended. Of course, Breakshot is trying to support the missile, but that's not going to arrive, therefore. Still, 2 missiles sent downrange by Barner on Silver, well Frosty. So southern area, let me ride with Frosty, because he's just going for the crank. And he's not defending that hard. Therefore, okay, missiles are not tracking. Those 220s had been notched? Really? So Frosty has managed to trash those 2 missiles just before, way before they got into a position where they could do something. Kingston is going to be facing half of the team. Missile being sent downrange by Rufus towards Kingston. Kingston going for the notch. Because you can see that Kingston is down in the deck, trying to bait the enemy team for missiles, so they can waste a few of them on him, and therefore helping the team going for the weapon advantage, so the missile quantity advantage over the other enemy team. Sulfur is not holding out for those 120s. He's sending them downrange very fast and a large quantity of them. Therefore, I don't know if they'll be able to hold out for a long time. At least this southern side, composed of Gorner and Sulfur, because if they are being drained so much of missiles up to this moment, it's going to be complicated. Of course, now we're seeing that Barner and Sulfur are said to be so isolated by Black Pixel and Frosty, and Rich is going to be coming in here to help. ET for Kingston. Kingston, mate, you might get for a wall pain. Kingston has managed to defend that one. That missile, if that missile did track, he was going to die for sure. He was not in a good position to really defend that missile. Still, more missiles than range. Box 1 by Rufus towards Sulfur and Barner. 2 120 sent by Sulfur and Barner towards Rich and Breakshot. Yes, but no, to Frosty and Rufus. Still, they are just turning out cold, so those missiles are not going to be tracking. On the northern area, we have Press and just Mrak pushing toward Black Pixel. Black Pixel sending an ET towards Press. Press, I think he doesn't know. Press doesn't know. Press might get killed here. Press, mate, you have to do some fire. Okay, missile has been defeated there. Barn going out cold, you can see here. Okay, so situation is right now. The Kingston is pursuing Coxie. Kingston is on pursuit of Coxie on the northern area. He's just sent a missile towards him, but where I see, I miss Kingston. Okay, he has taken down one enemy. Let me turn the camera here, going to be a bit better. First his way out of the fight on the northern area. Black Pixel is isolated. Press is looking towards Black Pixel, but he is not finding him yet. You can see the situation here. Press is facing Rich. Rich is going to be pushing hard into Press. And Press is out of the equation. Mrak is also have been taken down before without being seen on camera. That means that things are not looking good for TMC. TMC are down to 2 members, Kingston and Barner. And 51st still up for Black Pixel, Rich, Frosty, and Breakshot. So things are not looking good for sure for them. Camera is on Breakshot right now. Breakshot is what the hell is going on today?
Can we recall a reset? Everyone, reset. Snap heading.
Kingston, you've managed to get yourself in a flat spin? I'm afraid to say so. So, one member against the wall. That's all, guys. So we have Barner. Wait, sorry. Yes, because Tail has managed to land the aircraft correctly. he has a... If you land the aircraft correctly and do not crash on takeoff, you can hop into the aircraft once again and get into the fight. But still, I'm a bit afraid that Tail is going to come into the fight a bit too late to really be able to do anything for this fight. Still, Frosty is getting to the side of Barner. You can see that Frosty is on the camera. Frosty on camera right now. Okay. He's just down to idle. Frosty just saving a bit of fuel, looking towards Barner. Frosty is saving a bit of fuel now, pumping up some energy. Looking toward Barner. He's defending because he's been alerted by Tail missile, and therefore Barner has a bit of opportunity now to come back and do something on the situation. Oh wait, Tail did repair the aircraft. Just fun fact, okay guys, for you to check. So you can see right now that Tail is being shown on tag view, but it's not being shown on F10. That means that he did repair his aircraft. Just for you to know, guys. It's a bit of knowledge. So of course that means that we'll not be able to tap into his camera that much, but still Rich and Breakshot looking towards Tail. Let me ride with Rich as we have him on camera, trying to defend missiles, putting some flares. Missiles are going toward Breakshot. Breakshot might get killed here. Breakshot has managed also to defend the missiles. Now let me ride with Barner. Barner is going to be facing Frosty.
Am I clear to press here? I see flares to my left. Is that a bandit, Stalin? Can you call it?
On the left side.
Barner against Frosty. And Barner gets taken out by Black Pixel. And of course, Frosty gets also taken out of the equation. Tail is the only member on TMC still alive. We're just trying to survive. But still, as mentioned, he's a bit too far away now and he's isolated entirely. Therefore, he should not really be able to do that much for the fight. I'd say so, I'm afraid to say. Still, we are riding with Rich. First two from Tail. What Breakshot. ET also to Rich. Rich managed to connect with the Fox 2 and also almost down to guns. And of course, this round, guys, has been decided. Of course, that means that we need to confirm they are going to be landing or not. So we can see, guys, that this round was down to just 2 aircraft from 51st. These guys, you can see TMC has done a heck of a good job so far. Okay, landing. Okay, so just for you to know, guys, teams are forced to go RTB in the last round because they need to be sure that they do land safely on ground. Therefore, we are going to be going for a bit of type view analysis while we wait for them to go back home. And of course, I'm going to ask the team if they are up for interview, by the way. Give me a sec.
Bison 1, Marlin.
Give me a sec, please. Sorting a few things on my side. Okay, so I was checking a bit of things I need to check. So, coming back at the start of the fight, we saw that initially, these guys, 51st, decided to go with a very different approach. This is the first time I've seen this approach for them, by the way. So it took me a bit by surprise. But still, you have your prediction. 51st PVO has managed to win round 3, and now you get your channel points, guys. Of course, to declare the final victory, they need to land, but still, they should not be having any problem whatsoever. That's for you to know. So, of course, first part of the fight, we saw that Coxie and Breakshot was just Mrak and Press on the northern area, Rich and Rufus against Kingston, the center area, and Frosty and Black Pixel against Sulfur and Barnett, southern area. So let me go first to the southern area and see how things went out there, and then we'll change. And you can see already that up to this moment, just from the get-go, center area from TMC for 51st. Let me put out the SR communications. Okay. Center area from 51st said, okay, we are going to be splitting up and just pushing hard to the enemy team. So of course, we are going to be seeing that right now here. 51st now change the situation from a 2 on 2 on the south, 2 on 2 on the north, and 2 on 1 on the center area to 4 on 2 on the southern area. You can see all the missiles of the world being sent downrange to the southern area, where Sulfur and Barner were being pushed very hard by Rufus, Breakshot, Rich and Frosty. Rich and Frosty, after sending a few more missiles, now change once again to the northern area. You can see missiles. Sulfur managed to not defend that one, but sadly, Sulfur crashed into the ground. Yeah, I think Sulfur went for the squirrels, I'm afraid to say. I'm afraid to say that he went for the squirrels. So, Barnett there, alone against 2 members, put a bit of pressure into these teams, takes down Rufus, and now, okay, we have more casualty over here, by the way. So things are happening. You can see that we had a lot of missiles sent down range, and a lot of fights over there. So we'll check, as mentioned, part by part, first the southern area, and then we'll check the middle area, and afterwards the northern area. So Barner here managed to take down, as mentioned, Rufus. Now pushes toward the north, because Breakshot is going north to regroup with the rest of the team. And you can see that this part, while this happened in the southern area, the rest of the fight happened entirely. And this is where Barner and Tail did return to keep up with the fight. And yes, Kingston, keep an eye on the artificial horizon for the next time, please. The mistakes do happen, do not worry. Things do happen. Still, center area. Let's check. Invisible tree, I'm afraid to say, Safer. Oh my freaking gods. I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. So, Kingston here, just alone, because we have Tail, who had fucked up on the takeoff, going back and rearm, and was coming back to the fight. Kingston way down the deck, and he's very low, by the way. Low and slow, you can see he's just 0.8 Mach, just trailing, trying to look for who's going to be his victim, and finds Coxie up in the air, and doesn't hesitate to send a long-range Fox 2, an ET, toward Coxie, and manage to take him out of the equation. This short time after the start of the fight. So let us continue. The center, you can see that right now the southern area, we did check already what has happened. And now Kingston says, okay, well, I've done my part of the work. Now let's just go and, well, let's end the fight here. Oh, things happen, my friend. Do not worry, really. It's a pity, really, because you were in a very nice position there. And you are in a very nice place to really put a lot of pressure into 51st, and therefore be able to really do something there. I mean, you did take down one of the members from 51st from the get-go without them noticing at all. So you were in a very good position to take down a few more guys before anything else happened. But still, of course, as we saw before, 51st do change sides continuously. They are not fixed in a place. They tend more to move around different areas to push hard as they need. You can see here Black Pixel coming in high and hot, Mach 1.56, 57, sorry, Angels 40. Therefore, these missiles have most of the energy there available for them. That one ET is not tracking press, but that one doesn't track Mach 2. Mach also almost taken out of the equation. Black Pixel there. Press against the Black Pixel. That's a 5 miles out Fox 3. Distracting and connect. No! Oh! Wait. Black Pixel, mate. Please go do play some lottery, because you've managed to notch this one out. This freaking close. Because that's what's freaking close. Oh my giddy arms. Of course, now, not only that one, but a 5 miles out Fox 3. Defend vertically and notch it out. Come on, mate. That's amazing. Nice work over there. Very nice work, Black Pixel. And also, while he's defending, being 23 miles out, visually locks him out with the helmet and sends an ER. That's a Fox 1. Oh no, sorry. I thought it was not being launched here. Sorry, my bad. And just while he's defending the missile, gets into position, sends a Fox 1 into just Marak, and Marak. All the names of the world except the correct one. And now, Brest hasn't been able to see him, and he's also in a tight position because, as mentioned, 51st do change sides. You can see that Reach was before on the southern side, you can see here, putting pressure downrange there, moves to the northern area, takes down Brest, helping out Black Pistol there, and now things are looking very good for Reach for 51st. Up to this moment, you can see that Kingston is now where Kingston is dying right now in a flat spin, and now there Barner and Tail are alone against the world. Well, Iran doesn't suck. Yeah, well, in 2 more weeks they'll be fixed. I mean, realistically, what they are missing is that they do have to connect to the enemy. That's the problem, though. Once they do implement the fragmentation, if they do so, then things are going to be changing for sure. You can see that Tail cannot support the 2 missiles to connect into Brackshot, therefore he has to turn off cold. Barner here, pushing hard again. Black Pixel and Frosty. Black Pixel, because he's just on the tail of Frosty. Frosty's up front. He's able to put a missile downrange towards Barner, and Barner is forced to face Frosty. Therefore, he cannot put pressure to Black Pistol, who is the one supported missile coming his way. But Barner sends downrange 2 Fox 1s and takes down Frosty with him before dying. Of course, now we have Tails against the Volt, as mentioned before, and now he's just trying to get a bit of space to turn around and put a Fox 2 onto Brackshot, because of course when he did turn around, he did not see Reach in this situation. When he's turning around, you can see here the view line is not great over here, but he does see Brackshot over the horizon. Therefore, he locks onto Brackshot because he's the one turning towards him. He's the one more dangerous one of the ones he can see at this moment. Sends a Fox 2 missile. Sorry, that's a Fox 3 missile. That's a Fox 3 missile? Yeah, it is a Fox 3 missile. Not one. That sends a Fox 3 missile and a long-range Fox 2 missile. Brackshot has managed to put that Fox 3 into the ground with a vertical maneuver. And of course, this Fox 2 happen the same. They do go to the ground because they are defending vertically. And because Tail hasn't seen Reach up to this moment, he's just trying to keep on pushing hard towards Brackshot because he's defending. And Brackshot was in a very good position to be attacked by Tail. But of course, sadly for Tail, Reach came from the seat side and takes him down. And of course, guys, that was... Oh, wait. Brackshot did... Okay, this is a maneuver kill, by the way, by Tail. Tail has fought for Brackshot to defend so freaking hard that he did crash into the ground. So not that bad, I do have to say myself. Not bad at all, for sure. And of course, we are going to be enjoying right now the guys over 51st as they are coming back home and land over, I always forget my names, San Lurfa airfield, which is one of the new airfields incorporated in this latest update. And once they do, we will be declaring finally the victory of 51st KIAP against TMC and Alamo. And of course, they will be securing their place for 3rd place for this competition. Of course, these guys do pack a lot of a punch on themselves. We do have already Press and Marak. Emrak, not Mark. On chat, who were marking for the guys over at TMC, was helping the fellow enthusiasts of competitive DCS, which is something lovely to see for sure. And of course, once, as mentioned, we are just 30 miles away to seeing the victory of 51st. And of course, guys, we are going to be going for the interview afterwards. Let me double check to be sure. Interview, confirm interview. Okay, but nevertheless, just checking with the guys, just 9 miles out, getting ready to land. And once they do, as mentioned, this is going to be the end of the fight. But the end of the fight, but not the end of the stream itself. We will be interviewing the guys to see how things went out for them and what are their impressions on the fight. And of course, we will be able to learn a bit more about how's the sensation of fighting out there. So Breakshot, now that I have you on chat, my friend, can you confirm with the guys if you are able to go with the interview once you guys land or not? Just for you all guys to know. Of course, we can go and make time for that, and or not, and just go to have more fun flying DCS. Right. Well, being back Ninja, of course, I wish this TMC had won, but because I mentioned before, I know that they do deserve a victory. They've been improving so freaking much for this tournament. I'm amazed. I cannot even recognize them. Yes, things do happen. Well, you know, a flat spin here and there, but still things do happen. But regardless of that, you've done so freaking good work from this tournament that I'm very surprised with you guys. You put all of the work out there and you are showcasing that you do deserve the 4th place in this competition. A well-deserved position for the tournament for you guys. So Rich and Pixel turning to final approach on this I don't even know my names. San Liurfa. This is one of the new airports for this for the latest update for DCS, done by Ugra Media. Interview question for this TMC. What's It's over. Come on, my friend. Kingston said that over. Their plan is to sack you and not throwing us sickle and helping us. Oh my freaking gosh. Of course, for you guys at home that you don't know much about TNC, these guys are the meme lords. These guys, wherever they go, they are just a freaking fun people to hang around with and watch and just hang around with. I do enjoy having them fighting and participating in the tournaments because their style of a team is not common, and I mean that in a good sense. You know, they are just all for the lols, all for the fun, and of course winning, of course, but still, well, you cannot go to the Discord and not love with them for sure. That I can say for sure. Oh my freaking gosh. Still 4 more miles. Final approach for this aircraft. I forget my names. Siurfa. Final approach for Siurfa. San Liurfa once again. For Rich and Pixel, we are going to be going for formation landing as it should be done. You know, guys, that formation landings are a match for me and myself. I do love a good formation landing myself. But as I said that that's your things, it's obvious now why your team got fourth. You can see, guys, on chat that these guys do have a lot of fun. But don't forget that the chief meme officer Beanbag wasn't flying. That's true. Maybe next time. So just waiting for wheels down and under control. With a black pixel on runway, braking, taking the time. And once they are under control, which they are ready, this is going to signify the 3rd round victory for 51st and 100 KIAP, and the victory on this fight against TMC. And of course, now they have secured the 3rd place in this tournament. But of course, guys, let me check for a sec if the guys are up and ready for an interview. They are going to check reach and this is not here. Reach and break shot, interview. Just checking with the voice, because if they are up for that, then we'll have an interview. If not, we'll cut the stream here. So guys, give me just a few moments. I'm going to be checking with them. Of course, I'll see you back whatever happens in just a few minutes. Stay tuned. Bye bye. Okay, guys, now we are up and alive because today we are rolling with from left to right. We have Kingston. Please say hi to the viewers.
Hello.
And next to you, I don't know the name because you've joined. Dover or Tail? Who are you, mate?
I am here. Hello, Tail.
Okay, Tail to the right. Sorry, because I haven't seen a few names right now. Sorry. I assume that Dover is to my left with the astronaut. Yep. Oh, Dover is the heck. I don't know.
I was the F-15 wreckage. Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
the wreckage.
The one and only Catman.
Hello. Hello, and I'm missing for TMC. I'm missing Coxie. No, sorry. Hey. No, Coxie for. Sorry. How am I freaking God? Today I'm just freaking doing everything wrong.
It's been a rough day. It's fine.
It's been a rough day for sure. And of course, we have Rich, who has been talking right now.
Hey, fucks.
The one and only being in charge of everything and everyone, making sure that everything is working. So thanks to him, we have a fight today. That I can say. And of course, Coxie, I will mention all from 51st. So hey. Of course, things are. We all are tired, so things will be. And so far, we don't have that much energy on chat too. So we'll keep things as short as possible, and because you guys deserve a rest. So first and foremost, congratulations are in order for 51st for your victory, and also TMC. You guys have improved a lot since your fight against 51st first time.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, we changed our tactics up a bit and stopped trying to play defensively.
Yeah, exactly, which worked very, very well, even though we had a bit of a motley team, to say the least, today, because our main GCI wasn't here.
Oh, really?
Well, your main GCI is actually doing GCI.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Southwest 737s don't count, Dobber.
Oh my God.
They do if you're on it. No, in real life, I'm an air traffic controller, so that's what we're getting at.
Interesting. Well, that's of course you will get to see know better than anyone else what the hell things has to be done and such to do things properly in game. And of course, doing a PvE mission with you, control and such, will be good fun to have a real air traffic controller controlling the guys at the air. That would be fun for sure. Someday, 2 more weeks.
That's 2 weeks away.
Always weeks. Still, of course, I want to ask you guys on TMC what you will mention. You have changed tactics. What was specifically what you've changed to come back into this fight and almost win the 3? You were just a teeny bit more to win the 3 rounds. So what have you changed to make it happen?
Oh, basically our attitude. Earlier matches we have been quite defensive, trying to drag the enemies out of missiles. Of course, against the 51st, they are on steroids, so they go full in balls to the wall, high altitude, which means that you have to counter it. So basically, we were trying to counter it. We had a bit of a mixed setup of people today, but it went surprisingly well, I gotta say.
Yeah, of course, results have talked by themselves. I mean, you've come just share away to 2 aircraft from 51st alive, or 2 to 3 aircraft all the time. So you really did a good job, and you are in the correct page for sure right now. And
absolutely.
And of course, for this side, Rich, and of course, Coxie, maybe you can give out the other viewpoint as how did you respond against the change of tactics from TMC compared to the other combat you had against them?
Well, we're very we're static but adaptable. First 2 rounds we sort of did what we knew, but once we had that sort of safety cushion, we're like, okay, so they're doing something different, so we're gonna let's see if we can do something more effective. Whether that was the case or not, I haven't seen the tap views, so I can't comment. Obviously, the viewers probably have a better knowledge of that than I do at the moment. But yeah, definitely, better performance from last time we fought. But both times were, absolutely well played, and it's always a pleasure fighting you guys.
Right back at you, mate. Right back at you. It's always good fun. There aren't many flanker squadrons to play against, so it's hard to train for it.
Yeah, true. That's it's the problem, isn't it, with the less flown modules. It's hard to, I'm going to worry against, F-18, F-16, the old favorites, but some of the more the rare picks, it's very hard to sort of get a handle on things.
Definitely. And those ETs are nasty.
Yep.
Aren't they, Coxie?
Yeah, exactly. Let me say it like this. I was so bloody pissed too of the rounds because I'm the squadron's only real flanker pilot and I should really be able to like handle flankers, but apparently I didn't today.
Yeah. I think flanker is one of those sort of 50-50 aircrafts. Sometimes it can go really well, sometimes it can go really pants. It's there is some consistency to be found, but it takes a lot of work to sort of get to that. A lot of hours to get there.
Yeah, but of course that showcase that your 51st is quite the unique squadron because you are able to pull it off where others has failed. You do manage to consistently pull it off,
Mhm.
and that says something. I mean, of course, many teams. I also speak from this interview here that we love fighting 51st whenever possible because it gives us something that shakens us because you guys do something very different because you ride a very different aircraft and we have to rethink and retool our strategies and how we fight to a totally different manner of fighting. And that's something that, of course, gives you the advantage in the fight usually.
Yeah, absolutely. There aren't many teams that can sort of work how we work. A little insight, we're doing well now, but especially when the new 120 changes came out all those years ago, it took us a while to adapt to that. We're talking like a year, maybe a year and a bit, but because everyone was saying, oh well, that's it. AIM 120 is just gonna kill all the flankers. It's game over.
Well, they were
But,
for a while, but then they finally nerfed the 120s.
Yeah, true. But I'm more like speaking when they got the loft. Because I think my memory's fading on that. But 30 clicks or what is that, like 16 miles was like your max range 120C launch. Like you can shoot those things like up to 40 miles. On a guy that's just going to fly in a straight line. And that was kind of hard to adapt to. But yeah, I know the 120 is on hard times right now. We don't fly 120 aircrafts. We leave you guys to sort of, we're not too sure. We just fight them. I know range gating is probably going to be the big thing around the corner coming soon. That will make it a lot harder to work them. But at the end of the day, a lot of fighting is sort of kinematics. We're not really, like notching 120s. It's nice when it works, but a lot of the time we're hoping to just bleed them out of energy and keep going.
Yeah, exactly.
So a little insight into that, how we work.
Yeah, exactly. It is very, very interesting how the missile development has been recently. For example, at the moment, like F-14 is currently quite gutted, in my opinion.
Yeah,
which is a big shame for like our
it
squadron
is.
because we have at least 2 F-14s usually during our matches, but like at the moment they are not at all working, sadly enough. So exactly. It is what it is.
It is what it is. I don't want to ramble on, but
Yeah.
I think it's easy for me to say, but stick with what you like to fly, and you'll always find a way. You know what I mean? Obviously we're all very dedicated flanker pilots, and that's all we sort of fly because just for a love for the airframe. And like I said, when 120 started lofting and engagements were like being starting at like 40 miles, 80 clicks for us, it was it was rough, but we didn't give up. We kept working, and we're still here today.
Yeah.
Well, and it's showing what you can do, guys, in 51st. And even TMC right now that they've come, the TMC team is like 1 year old, if I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Less than a year.
Less than a year. So guys in chat, less than a year of work, and you are going to arrive at this moment.
I think April next month, or no, this is a year now. Yeah, it's April.
I think we're about a week away from the actual birthday, but yeah, near enough a year.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations for your first birthday. Now you've become a total finally.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Cheers, mate.
But still, guys, mention I know that you all guys are tired, and I don't want to make you invest so much time.
No worries.
Nah, no worries. Now, realistically, I think I just wanted to have a bit of talk to you and congratulate both of you, 51st for securing the 3rd place, and TMC for coming such a long way in such a short time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank
We know from your posting habits that you weren't expecting to sort of get to this stage, so I think it's a massive achievement for you guys. You know, from
Thank you.
our outset that you guys made it so far, and you should be really proud of yourselves. You know, it's always been
We
a
appreciate
pleasure
it.
to fight
Thank
you
you.
in the bronze final.
Yeah, exactly. It has been high above our expectations to like get to the bronze match of like this tournament, plus also the like end games of like SATAC at the moment. So like we are scoring high above our like expectations at the moment, and we are grateful for it.
Yeah, no worries. Well, that's it. You gotta shoot high, haven't you? And
Exactly.
and just work it.
Yeah, indeed.
That is totally correct. And of course, guys, with this, I think we can close it up because chat is very calm so far, and we all are tired. So I think we all
true.
deserve a bit of rest
Actually,
and celebrate.
Just before we wrap things up, I do want to just say, since it'll probably be my last sort of showing on stream, that appreciate all the sponsors and teams that are competing and server providers, the whole lot. You know, this wouldn't have happened without you guys, and we're very humbled that we were able to get this together. And as well, also want to say, we have our final tomorrow, but
That'd be a good fight.
yeah, it is going to be a good fight. I'm interested as well to see how that stacks out with the aircraft play. But yeah, so I say we have plans in the works. Can't really say much just right now, but definitely not the end of things after tomorrow. So yeah, just want to put that out there. We're still working ahead on other things.
Good, because I'm looking forward to beating you guys.
Yeah, no doubt. We will meet
You got to
again.
turn up first, Dobber.
Yeah, exactly, Dobber.
Yeah, first things first, eh? Yeah, but absolutely. It's been a pleasure fighting you guys, obviously, in the group stage, and obviously our rematch here in the bronze final. It's been a blast.
Been good fun. I like the variety. We've enjoyed the variety. I need to pull my finger out now and get our Gen 3 one going.
Absolutely. Be
Indeed.
good to see that get off the ground. Get some big action on the go.
Yeah, good old-fashioned MiG-19s and 15s. What it's not like to love.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a blast to watch. That's for sure.
Awesome. Well, I've got to depart, gentlemen. Thank you very much. I'll see you all soon.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah,
Have a good
good
one.
fight, guys.
Yes,
Good
yeah,
night.
good fight.
Well, thank you for joining, guys. Of course, for the guys at home, as mentioned by Rich, tomorrow we still have one more fight. It's going to be the finals to decide who's going to be the victor and second place for the fight. So stay tuned, check it out, because it's going to be streamed by Breakshot. And I think it was at, correct me if I'm wrong, Rich, you are still here. It was 13 Zulu, correct?
1500 Zulu on a Sunday.
Correct, that's correct, sorry. 15 Zulu, so that's for you for tomorrow, guys. So guys, have fun, stay tuned, and tomorrow we'll still be having way more fun. Bye-bye, and see you tomorrow.
Take it easy, folks.